Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Chris Brown from theorbitbrown.com, plain and simply here just to introduce the shift. That's it.
What up, family? Cold and congested Chris Ramsey here. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have had a pleasant week, and we have a great lineup for you guys this week, so I'm looking forward to talking about it. Before we begin anything, let's announce the winner of last week's prize. I'm just gonna look for my drumsticks. The winner is Alex Moisley. So Alex, congratulations. Hit us up on Facebook. You know the drill. Send us your info, we'll hook you up. To win this week's prizes, simply like this video and comment below what you thought of the episode and or the products, and we will choose one of you guys to take these home next week. This week I'm getting over a massive cold, so I apologize for not being super energetic. I'm gonna try my best. Yeah! Let us have a look at some of the things we're going to be talking about today. First off, we have two products, actually three products we're looking at, two magic tricks. One is called Box Pad by Magic Tao. The other is Rock Paper Lies by Biase. And the third is we're gonna do a little deck review on the Aviator Playing cards by Dan and Dave. So let's start off with Rock Paper Lies. I did not perform this yet. I'm still trying to get the grasp of this whole concept. It's a very interesting concept. So what I'll do is I will show you part of the trailer with a part of the performance, and we'll talk about that after this.
Like for example, you guys didn't choose the same rule. You chose different rule. And I think you're a truth teller, you're a liar, right?
Yes.
And I think you won the game.
Yes.
You lost, I'm sorry. Yeah? And I think you won with scissors against paper.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that was Biase's Rock Paper Lies. So basically the effect is that the spectators, two spectators, will play a game of rock, paper, scissors, and you will not only determine who won, but you will determine how they won, what they used, and etc. So as a premise, I think it's a really great trick. However, there's one thing that they do not sort of tell you on this, in this preview or in this tutorial, not in the tutorial rather, but on the trailer, is that there is a little extra something that you're going to do with the spectators. Now, this isn't a peek, you're not gonna like look over your shoulder to see what they're doing or anything like that. It's pretty fair and very open. However, there is something between them playing and you revealing that you're going to have to do with them in order to find out what they did. In my opinion, it can sometimes sort of deflate the magic. I wouldn't say entirely, but I would definitely say if we didn't have to do that part, the astonishment level would be much higher. That being said, the reactions that he got were really great, so I do look forward to practicing this, getting the concept down, and going out and doing it. For me, the real plus side on this is that it's completely impromptu. So this is something you can do surrounded, you can do with a bunch of people around you, and you can use two people. He even teaches you a way that you can use three people. So this is a principle that already existed that he adapted to the rock, paper, scissors game. I myself have been fascinated with the rock, paper, scissors game for quite a while. I saw Darren Brown do something on his special once, where he just kept winning, and then he said he would tie, then he said he would lose, and he was doing everything, and it was just so impossible to me, and still is. And so this is a step closer to that effect. So if you guys are looking for something just off the cuff, and somebody says, hey man, do you want to show us something? Or if someone suggests playing game of rock, paper, scissors, you have a cheeky little trick that you can perform for them. So I did enjoy this thoroughly. Thank you so much, Biase. Rock, Paper, Lies, check it out. Alright guys, next up we're going to check out Box Pad by Gary Jones, Chris Congreve, and Magic Tao. Box Pad is a cool effect, literally no sleight of hand, there's a gimmick that comes complete, anyone can do it. It takes you 30 seconds to assemble this gimmick, it's so quick, and you're ready to go. It's a great opener, it's funny, and it happens fast. So the effect would be the magician would walk up to the table or something and say something along the lines of, I'm going to show you the quickest magic trick you've ever seen, while holding this pad and this paper. You obviously wouldn't say that, you would just walk up like this. And you say, I'm going to show you the quickest trick you've ever seen. And it's already done. You've already transformed that little sort of notepad into a deck of cards, and now you're ready to go. So that's it. I thought it was really simple, really clever, straight to the point. Something I would add here is perhaps along the lines, if you have a pencil with you, this is a great way to introduce the pencil, introduce the deck. You can say something like, you know, I've always tried my hand at mentalism, but as a card magician, I really found it to be a little too difficult. I like sleight of hand, I like misdirection, and as you talk about this stuff, so this is open here, and you say, I like sleight of hand, I like misdirection, and as you look back here, and then you look back here, and the pencil's gone, and everything's sort of changed, you just kind of go, yeah, let's do a card trick, let's do that, I'm really good with cards. So all I did here basically, and this is, I don't think they teach this on the DVD, but as this changes, I'm not going to show you how this changes, you draw attention to the pencil, perhaps just do something like this, look at your pencil here, and as you do that, you've done the change into the box, and as you look down here, you can just sleeve this, right? And then you're here, and then everything's changed. And then you start off with the card trick. So that's a really simple effect. Box pad by Magic Towel. I have nothing other to say than it's a cool opener. It's quick. Anybody can learn it. If you're looking for something maybe to transition from mentalism into cards, perhaps, or just a funny gag. I mean, you could be creative with this. I came up with a few little ideas. I'm sure you could too. So check out Box Pad by Magic Towel, Gary Jones, and Chris Congreve. Let's have a look at the box. So the box, we have this nice little drawing in the front. Everything is made of this brown cardboard. Over here it says cambric finish. So I don't exactly know the difference between bicycle, magic, finish, and all this stuff. So I guess we'll find that out. Made in the USA, obviously. Over here it says United States Playing Card Company. On the bottom, designed by Dan and Dave, and who was illustrated by. Now, if we have a look here, this is kind of cool. I really like the fact that they use the old sort of tax stamp seal. Let's have a closer look at that. So that's like that tax stamp that they used to have. They got this little airplane on it, which is kind of cool. There's the back design repeated on the box here in this sort of old cardboard fashion. Very cool looking box. Let's have a look at the cards. Alright, so right here, we've got these two little stars on the inside of the flaps. Nothing on the inside of the tuck. The inside of the tuck is exactly the same as the outside. Take out the cards, the first thing we see. So, here's something that I like about playing cards normally. When you take out the cards, there should be an orientation. So, it's not a big deal. It's just sort of the experience of opening a deck of cards. I always like opening a deck of cards and seeing what's up. And right here we open it and we get an upside down Joker, which is not a big problem. Like, it's not a problem at all, actually. It's just my OCD's kicking in. I like to have, you know, something visual here. It's an experience opening a new deck of cards, or maybe it's just me. So as we take this out, whoop, get rid of that. All right, let's turn this around and have a look here what this says. Well, this is interesting. So it gives us a little bit of a backstory. I'll read this quickly. In collaboration with the United States Playing Card Company, Dan and Dave reimagined Aviator Playing Cards to honor Howard Hughes and his pioneering advancements in aerospace design and technology. Okay, so this is a deck that is symbolic to Howard Hughes, which is kind of cool. If you've seen the movie The Aviator with Leonardo DiCaprio, I think that that's who they're referring to. Obviously not the movie, but the real character. So that's kind of cool. So you got a little backstory here. Put that aside. That's an ad card. Here's the second ad card. So the second ad card is a back design and has this wonderful young lady with the Art of Play logo on it. Beautiful playing cards, artofplay.com. I really like that. That's some good advertising right there. Nothing too complicated, fairly simple. Cool. Here's the back design. Ladies and gents, check that out. How beautiful is that? I actually really like that a lot. So on the back, if we take a really close look, a magnified look, we have Omnia Audactor something. Avis. So I'm guessing that has something to do with exploration and flying planes. You got these cool little bolts here in the corner. I really like that. Some decks have been doing that. They've been putting it on the side here or up here, because what that does when you fan them out, it has this nice, beautiful display. You see that? Isn't that pretty? So they added those so that it does give it like this sweet extra look when fanning them out. Like that a lot. What else you got back here? Let's have a look at more of the details. So we got the plane flying across the globe. It's flying over North America, which is kind of cool. You got the little star repeated once again here, which we saw on the inside of the flaps of the tuck case. And sort of this metallic, industrial, modern background here with the little bolts and everything. So all in all, I really like this. It's a sort of dark shade blue, sort of like a navy blue. Looks very vintage, very sort of industrial, modern, 1920s. I like it. Let's have a look at the face cards. So we'll start with this. These are the Jokers. Okay, so the Jokers are not identical. That, you know, from a Magic perspective kind of bugs me, but normally I don't really care. I find it kind of fun to have a duplicate in there when the Jokers are identical, but they're not. Doesn't really matter. I guess that's Howard Hughes right there. Which is kind of cool. Once again, that ink is sort of like a black. I guess it's black. It's dark black. And it's got these nice little lines, sort of, it's like line art. I really like that. Gives it a really sort of vintage look. So that's the Jokers. Here's the Ace of Spades. The Aviators Ace of Spades. Check that out. How cool is that? United States Playing Card Company. Very American. America. As you can see, the indices and the pips are very retro. They have this sort of 1920 industrial era font, and which is repeated. Oh, look at the threes on all of these cards, the nines, the jacks, the queens, the kings. So that is really interesting. Let's see how that looks like once it's fanned out. That looks pretty cool. All right. Okay, so cool. They kept the old face cards, but they did add this line art. Let me get a close-up shot. So this beautiful, pretty little line art, which is repeated, which we saw in the Jokers, is sort of repeated on the court cards here, which I really like. The red is a dark red. It's not a bright red, but it does contrast well with the black. It's great for color changes. Yeah, as you see, you have all the standard faces. They've just and the other aces, I'm guessing, are, yeah, just about normal. Let's see if they are traditionally or non-traditionally cut, for those of you who care. The one test is attempting a pharaoh. So on first examination, they do not seem to be traditionally cut. We will try the other way. Yeah, that seems to coalesce a little more. Yeah, there we go. So, I don't know if I'm the only one who's noticed that USPC have had a hard time sort of cutting the decks lately. I don't know if they've changed the blades or whatnot, but the decks seem a lot harder to pharaoh than they used to. Once you break them in, they're fine, but like straight out of the box, a lot of them, see, that's what they do. They sort of, the ridges tend to meet up and they don't coalesce. Whereas you used to just take them out. Like if you buy any standard sort of deck that was printed in Ohio or anything prior, I mean, look at that. It's not the greatest. So you don't get this perfect pharaoh every time. And I expect after using it for a while, you will start to get it. So that is the Aviator deck by Dan and Dave. Hope you guys enjoyed that. They handle well. Obviously, they're brand new, so they should. but they look nice as well. I really like the look of this. It's sort of got that classic vibe, nothing too simple. A lot of these decks coming out are really simple, and just kind of takes away from the prestige of a deck of playing cards. Makes it a little bit too much like a toy, and this is retains that sort of nice vintage vibe, prestige. So aesthetically pleasing, fun to handle, nice little tuck case, cool ad cards. Right on. Alright guys, that is it for this edition of The Shift. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Once again, I'm sorry I'm not at my 100%, but I will be there next week. And I will be there to bring you guys some really cool products and hopefully some insightful reviews. So thanks for your time once again. Remember, if you want to win these prizes, which are pretty cool, simply like this video and comment below. And why wouldn't you? I mean, we're giving away free stuff, dudes. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend for what's left of it. Peace out.